Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name is Shoshana, and this morning I want to talk about the most powerful motivators or incentives in life. Um, so, this is such an important video to make and such an important concept to understand because it really will allow you to understand why your emotional state is the most important. The way that you feel is the most important in life because whatever state of emotion that you are creating from, really the outcome is dependent upon that. And so I kind of want to break this down so that you can understand it in kind of a conceptual way. So when we are going about our lives, energy is the power of creation, and we are constantly in movement. We are constantly creating our life in movement. In our waking hours, we are moving around and we are in the power of creation, just in the fact that we are awake. Whether we are creating an idle life, sitting in front of the TV and not doing really anything, and then our life is kind of just like standing in place. It's like a car idling, or we are creating movement. We're doing dishes. We're doing things. Everything is dependent on the motion that happened before it, right? Because we are constantly, and there is no lapse in between. So as long as I am in motion, everything that I'm doing now is a direct outcome of what I did in any given second 10 years ago. So it is in constant movement. And so movement energy is the power of creation. And it's like having a car that goes, right? And then what is the gas? The gas is the motivation or the incentive or the initiator. So you could kind of see it like, what is motivating us to do something? And many there are, and our motivators are emotional states, right? So many times we are motivated from love, fear, uh, 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 guilt, um, the feeling of, I wrote down a few here: vengeance, prestige, shame, and I even wrote down money. But money it can have many different factors to it, right? A lot of times we feel like we're doing something because of money, because we want to receive money. But money is in the physical world. So it may on surfacely, topically look like it is an incentive or look like it is a motivator, or it can be a motivator, but it is always something that is on top of an emotion. So there could be, we're running after money because we are in fear of not having enough, fear of not making it, fear of, or we could be running after, our incentive could be money because we are looking for freedom. So freedom would be the incentive, not money itself. Money is just the avenue in which it plays out. Or it could be from greed, prestige. So it always falls back into an emotional state. And the most powerful, upstanding, and long lasting initiative that there is when we do things out of love. When we do something from love, it is by far a more powerful motivator than any other motivator. And when you do something from love, you are going to be doing it to the best of its ability. Let's say many of us in today's society, the majority of humanity, and you can see this just by looking around you, their main incentive or their main motivator is of doing anything is fear-based incentives, like there won't be enough, there's scarcity in the world, I have to do this, otherwise I won't be accepted, I will be shunned, I won't have prestige. And this as a motivator in itself, first of all, is a very shrinking motivator because it has all sorts of boundaries to it, right? When you are creating out of fear, you are in a state, first of all, of that is opposite of creation, right? Because when you're in fear, if you notice, even your body shrinks when you are in fear. So whenever you are in fear of scarcity or fear that I have to perform, I have to this, I have to that, that fear is constraining and also kills inspiration, kills inspiration. So then you are moving uh, uh, solely on without inspiration, and you are moving on your mind. You are trying to reason and make sense of it, and you are moving completely within what you already know in your mind, rather than when you act on love. And love is your motivator, and love is your incentive. Love is expansive. Love, when you do something from love, let's say if you're baking cookies and you're doing it from love, you want those cookies to be the best, and you take the time and you articulate around it, and you put in, and it comes out to be superb. Far, there's a word here, superior to any creation that is created out of fear. And so when you are working out of fear, you are making whatever the outcome could possibly be much smaller. Not only that, most likely, if you're working out of fear, you're working on the wrong project. Because when you are working out of love, you are inspired. That project gets momentum of itself. That project it becomes its own entity, and you become the allower of its creation. You become just the channel of which through it was created. And when you are working out of love, you are excited about it. You're in that elated state. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and want to get that done, or want to continue to work on it because you are loving. And when you are working out of love, you notice that the entire universe aligns with you and for you in your task. And it is easy to put forth that energy of creation. Whereas when you are working out of lack or working out of fear, or your initiative is in greed, shame, any of those fear-based emotions, right? Then whatever it is that you are working on, you have to force yourself, and it's in constant. It's like trying to push a ball uphill rather than just pushing it downhill and allowing it to flow, right? So love is the most powerful motivator, most powerful incentive that there is. Love, and under the category of love, or under the umbrella of love, there are all the elated states of being, all of the emotions that inspiration is when you are doing something out of love, you are inspired to do it. When you are doing something out of love, you are in enjoyment of doing it. When you do something out of love, you have that connectivity, because the language of the universe is love. There is only is. There is, say God essence is love. There is no minus in the world. Therefore, fear is restricting. It is, and I know I've said this because it's just so important to understand. It's like going into the minus. There is no such thing in the natural world of minus. There isn't minus a tree. There isn't minus a blade of grass. There only is existence in existence. And so the whole concept of going into minus in the bank or going into debt is a man-made system. And so the fear of lack is made up. There is no lack. You may be hungry sometimes, but that doesn't mean that there is lack in the world. Maybe there's imbalance in the world. Maybe the goods are not distributed evenly, and you can see that in society where there's the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Maybe the goods aren't distributed a natural way of being, which by nature, because in nature everything is wanting to even out, eventually that's why the old systems crumble, because they are out of balance and out of synchronicity with the natural state of being, because there is no lack. If there cannot be lack, if you think about it in a way of, you are in existence, you are part of existence. Every single cell in your body has been something else and has evolved and been recycled into you. Everything that is on the planet, in the big bubble, in the atmosphere, or what is that? The ozone layer, right? The ozone layer holds everything in. That means everything that was in your body has been here of eternity. And everything that is of earth belongs to the earth. And there is an abundance for every single being in the earth. Otherwise, you could not exist. It would not come to be. And so the concept of lack is a man-made concept, which is a reflection of imbalance or misdistribution of all of the goods, I want to say, but there's a much better word for this. But I don't want to get stuck on a simple word, because the concept is what is important here. And so all of the abundance, all of the goods, all of the equation. So when there is an imbalance and you are in the point of there's the universe, you could see it kind of going like this, shifting back and forth. It's like two droplets that come together, and that there's a big ruckus in the beginning. And so we are still in that imbalance mode, in that the waves of the ocean. And so when you are in the lower part of the wave, it may seem, because of our ego, because we don't have that broader view, and we look at the world through a very limited perspective in this human body, then we may perceive it as lack. But in actuality, there is no lack. Everything is evening out. Even humanity, you can see backwards. Now we see it like, if there's a war and many people die, and it is horrific. It is. But when you look backward in time, you look 2,000 years ago at the wars and all the people that died, and you see it, you can see it from perspective or from a different time. And you can see the waves of humanity throughout time. It gives you that bird's eye view. And when you are in it, though, and it is personal to you, then it feels as lack, and it can feel horrific. And so, coming back to why this is such an important concept to understand about the motivators, that when you can keep your state as an elated state, then anything that you are going to create, first of all, your power is going to be tenfold. Because when you're creating out of lack, it's you have to force yourself, and your power and your energy, you have to apply so much more energy for such a smaller outcome. Whereas when you are open and you are in an elated state, in a state of inspiration and love and that high-flying feeling, it takes a little effort to create massive things. It's like Jesus said, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, and I live here in Galilee, and there's mustard seeds that grow wild. It's like the weed. It's the national weed. And there's mustard seeds that grow wild all over these mountains. So the mustard seeds are really small. If you have the faith of the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. And I understand that Because if you have faith, there is no doubt. If you have faith, you have complete belief that this belief, understanding, it's even more than belief. Belief is holding yourself apart from understanding and a knowing that this is the way this is the way. Imagine what that feels like to have that sense of knowing and faith and belief in God, that you know that you are held, divinely held, and belong, and that where you are putting your energy is an absolute. Imagine the power that you have in your hands. You have the power of the world, the power of creation flowing through you, the power of love flowing through you, and you become this powerful being with all of the power of the universe behind you. So when you are creating from an elated, inspired state, so become inspired and only then apply action. If you're not sure, sometimes you do have to open up doors, even if you're not sure, and apply a little bit of action or energy to it just to see if it opens up like a flower. But if it's hard every step of the way, quit applying action. Start taking your action back. Wait a minute to feel that inspiration. Take a step backward for a minute. Meditate. Take a day off. Take a walk go to sleep. Take a walk in nature. Take your shoes off and connect to the earth. The vibration of the planet that we come from, it's like grounding our body, because our body is earth. So when we take our shoes off, right, shoes separate us from earth. It seems like we're connected, but there's rubber in between you and creation and the earth. That rubber stops vibration. It stops electrical flow. And we are electrical beings. We are life. We are a vibration. And if we are out of sync, then the easiest way is to touch the ground, touch a tree. The tree goes deep into the ground. Hug a tree with your bare feet, with your bare hands, and it will ground you. So get out into nature, listen to the birds, let your mind water your mind. Let your mind drink water. Let your mind wander. Get out of the tunnel vision for a second and allow yourself to broaden. And when you come back to it, you'll have new eyes and you'll have a new way of thinking. So it's taking a time off for a second. And if you can keep in that elated state and then apply action to that elated state, everything that you create is coming from a place of love, a place of inspiration. Everything that you do will reflect that. Everything that you do will have beauty to it. It will be noticeable. It cannot be different. Whereas if you are creating from forceful, I have to, vengeance, fear, shame, greed, whatever you are creating will reflect that. It won't have that beauty of that flowy, beautiful. It'll be very rigid and forced. And I'm not saying that you can't create from that state. If that's all you have, then that's all you have. That's what, you can't go from 0 to 100, but you can start reaching for a softer, a more pleasant feeling. I know that sometimes it can be difficult, but meditation really helps. Even if you meditate and you say, well, it didn't work. It is over time, I guarantee meditation will work. It grounds you. It brings you connects you back to source. So I'm sending you guys so much love. On a personal update, after I packed about half of my house for personal reasons, we decided to stay, and at least for the end period of this contract, which will be ending in next June. So after packing half my house, now I am unpacking my house, and I feel like it was that the universe was that it was a test, and I really do feel like I passed with flying colors the tests that I have gone through lately. Some better than others, but in the end, I can see my advancement in my own personal journey. So we will be staying here, and now I have the task of unpacking. And there's many reasons for everything that happened, but I feel freed. I feel like, okay, if I need to, I can, I have what it takes. And so that's on a personal note. So if you would like to meet with me one-on-one and look over whatever it is that you are going through in your life and get some perspective and new eyes to see and a new way of looking at it and some guidance in your life, then please reach out. My website is below and my contact information can be found there. So thank you so much. I'm sending you guys so much love during these times.